Hey Brick Maniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. We got a huge drop for you this weekend, so we've got a lot to get to. The first of which is the Memorial Day bundle. So we've taken a bunch of previous releases, bundled them together, and knocked over $100 off of the list price, so you get to save a nice chunk of change when you purchase all those. That'll be available while supplies last this weekend, and will take the place of our normal drop day deals. We also have a new initiative kicking off in conjunction with Valor Studios, and that is the Figures of History, the first of which is Ray Lambert. Those are going to be exclusive figures for the Figures of History bundles, and what those bundles include, in this case, will be a copy of the book, a hardcover copy of the book Every Man a Hero, as well as a signed book plate signed by Ray Lambert himself, and then obviously that custom minifigure. So stay tuned for more information on those. You'll see them a couple of times a year. It's going to be a very exclusive collection, but definitely a partnership we're excited for. We also have a standalone minifigure available, and that is the U.S. D-Day Rifleman. So that is now available, like I said, as a standalone. And then we've got two limited edition pre-orders that we'll be heading into the design room here momentarily to take a little bit closer look at. But remember, guys, limited edition means they're only going to be available for their initial production run. We can potentially open more batches over the weekend if things are in super high demand, but they will not be available, or more batches will not be added after the fact, and they will not restock. So make sure to get it on. If you like what you see, go ahead and pull the trigger, because these are going to be some awesome kits when they finally get ready to ship. So look, that's enough from me. Let's head on into the design room and take a little closer look at some prototypes. All right, so we are kicking things off with the Paladin 155 millimeter Howitzer. So I got Dan joining us in the design room to walk this thing through its paces. As you can see, still in prototype form because we got ninjas on it, but you can already see we've got some new elements here that make this kit pretty exciting. So why don't you talk a little bit more about this build, Dan?
Well, it's a complete rebuild. I mean, it wouldn't even be rebuild's not even the word. It's a complete scratch build of the M109. In this case, it's an M109A6, which is not the newest, but probably the most common currently in service, common model, or currently in service by the United States Army and other forces. I mean, this thing's been adopted by forces around the world, so it should be familiar to most people watching this video. M109 is a mobile howitzer, so it's a 155 millimeter, same as your M777, but the key word is mobile. This thing can, like, basically, you know, that whole
shoot and scoot.
Yeah, the whole doctrine of mobile artillery is to fire a few rounds and then get out of dodge before the enemy has a chance to fire back at you, or at least from that position. So it can do that very well. This thing can roll up on a position, shoot 10 rounds, and then be gone, like literally as fast as they can move the thing out. This, you know, being a mobile artillery piece, it does have everything you'd expect from mobile artillery piece. The big gun tube, a rotating turret. In this case, the turret can actually well, I got a.
The guy might want to duck.
Yeah. It can rotate 360 degrees. So this thing can fire at any direction at any time. It's not a forward fixed gun or anything like that. There is a travel lock, and a travel lock. Oops, you're not breaking it. It can fold down just like the real thing. The real thing is amazing, actually. The driver can fold up and fold down that travel lock from inside the vehicle. He doesn't have to get out.
It's like a hydraulic or something. That's awesome.
Yeah, electric drive.
Okay.
So we have the field piece in position. It can fire. I mean, look how high the elevation goes.
On this giant muzzle brake up there.
Right. This is the only thing that's from the original muzzle brake, or from the original version, is the muzzle brake. We recycled it from the previous version, and I did steal Andrew Summers' travel lock. By the time I was getting to the end of this build, I was like, man, I'm burnt out. I've been working on this thing for 4 days straight.
If it works.
Right. So you do have the rotating turret. You do have these custom, besides the muzzle brake, you do have these custom oil or fuel cans, 20-liter fuel cans. They're actually quite nice. We've seen other companies come out with them, but there's something about each other company's design that we didn't particularly like. So we try to incorporate all things that we did like into one. We changed the location of the stud hole in the back, so it will center itself on the stud here.
Yeah.
Obviously the minifigs can hold them in their hands. We did a little bit of back and forth. The one thing that was actually the coolest development was the hole in the bottom. And the hole in the bottom allows it to set on a pin connection, so it could actually sit in dioramas without falling over.
Oh, you can stack. Okay, very cool.
Because that's one of the problems that every other one that we have doesn't have a connection on the base, and we wanted to make sure we had that as part of our design.
Thinking about the mock makers, nothing wrong with that.
For now, it's only going to be on the M113, but of course, in the future, it's a kit exclusive until it's not. So I'm not going to say anything about it never being available again. But as soon as we can
This
get
is
it
the
into production.
debut, right? Exactly.
It is the debut, and you get to see it first, and probably 6 months before you're ever going to see it again.
Yeah, going to be a while.
There are some other things that go on here. I mean, this has tons of opening hatches. I have the driver sitting in the driver's hatch. It does have actual functioning suspension. There's just not a whole lot of travel distance because that this hull is really short. Yeah. Of course, the driver's hatch, I think this is the gunner's or the loader's hatch. I'm not sure. On this side does open. There's a side hatch here as well that opens.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
You see right inside the cab, they call it. It's not a turret; it's a cab.
Sure.
These bins actually fold backwards, and that's a feature on the real thing. So if they're going through a tunnel, say this is loaded up on a train, you don't want to have your turret bustle get knocked off by the side of the.
Keep it narrow.
Yeah. So that actually does that in real life. There are spades that can be deployed. The only time this would ever deploy its spades is if it was firing more or less straight ahead. So the tank driver would basically back up and bury those things into the ground. And like I said, it's only if you're firing back and forth. Otherwise, the thing's rocking like crazy on its suspension. You rotate this thing a little bit off center, it doesn't need the spades anymore.
Sure.
So.
And obviously comes with the one commander crewman as well, and then you've got an option to add up to 2 more if you want to fill your hatches.
and there you go. It's really easy to take the roof off. That's purposefully designed in there. So there is a little bit of detailing. It's just a tiny bit. If you want to go crazy, you can go nuts putting all the little.
Got some space to do it.
Yeah, your figures will stand down inside of there. It's not it's by no means like a look only thing. You can get your guys down inside that turret easily.
Nice functionality. I like it.
So I'll pull the guy out of here. But you can do that. Just wanted to demonstrate.
There you have it then.
So this is it. This is kind of the wave of the future for the moment anyway. You're only going to get one chance to order it. And if you don't jump on that chance, it's going to pass you by.
Take the risk at your own risk, so to speak.
Exactly.
So there you have it. Get in on it. Paladin, Dan, as always, thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
Up next to our check-ins, we're taking a look at the Desert Patrol vehicle. This thing is just loaded up with brick arms, black on black. Got some test ninjas sitting in here taking a look at the prototype. So I got Andrea joining me to talk a little bit about this dune buggy of doom. Tell me a little bit more about this build, man.
Yeah, so this is a little throwback to one of the classic Brickmania kits. So what we have here is a Desert Patrol vehicle of an unidentified and unknown special operation unit. So we will have, and I want to say this first because before going to the kit, the highlights is for sure the printing on the figures and the brick arms that Slam and Amanda put together. Those figs are absolutely amazing and they are the highlights of the kit. Talking about the kit itself, you said it, it's loaded with any kind of ordnance. So we have MK19 grenade launcher, M2HB 50 cal. In the back here, we have a 30 cal machine gun. This will be a perfect caliber, kit exclusive. We have some kind of heavy ordnance here, anti-tank guns that can be dismounted. We have limited printing on the model because of course it's all black, so not much to see. We have a printed jerry can here and some printed credits on the other side. This kit comes with 3 exclusive perfect caliber brick arms that will not be seen separate. AK-74 and M110. These of course are just placeholders. M110 sniper rifle. So yeah, the build was overall upgraded and built from scratch. It's a bit sturdier than the previous one, and you have easy access to the interior, and the guy in the back can man both positions into the top. Yeah, completing with some radars and some detail all around. And yeah, sweet little kit, sweet addition to any modern related collection for sure. Yeah.
Wow, to say this thing is fully loaded, I think is an understatement. This is just bristling. That is absolutely awesome. Definitely one of the limited edition kits you're going to want to pick up and add to your collection.
Super limited. So if you like it, if you like the figs, if you like the vehicle, jump on it because it won't last long. Yeah.
Now is the time. You heard it from the man himself. Andrea, thanks for checking in. All right, Brickmaniacs, that'll just about do it for me here on a Friday. Remember, we've got a summer full of events kicking off with World War Brick here very, very shortly. So make sure to check out our event page and catch us while we're out on the road. I hope you enjoy your long weekend. Remember, wherever it is, whatever you're doing, make sure you give a moment to remember exactly why we have that Monday off, because obviously it's a little bit more important than just getting out there and enjoying a barbecue or chilling at the cabin. So that'll do it for me here on a Friday. As always, thank you very much for watching.